my prior relationships, I unfortunately had to watch a lot of reality TV, um, particularly one show on Bravo. If you've ever heard of it, called Vanderpump Rules. And I don't recommend you watch this show. Basically, the show is about these bartenders at this trendy nightclub in East Hollywood. Um, the bartenders are all, from you know, age from 20 to 35, whatever. They're young people. Uh, but particularly, and because it was a reality show, of course, it was really trashy. But one person on that show in particular um, really left an impression on me, and that was the person that was known as Jax. And Jax was this extremely handsome, charismatic guy. Um, all the women wanted to be with him. All the men were friends with him. Uh, but he had one huge flaw, and that was that he was a serial cheater. He loved to cheat. He knew it. He knew he could get away with it too. There was one scene where where one of there's a new waitress that came in, and all the other waitresses or bartenders that knew Jax, they were trying to warn her, like, he's a bad guy. He'll cheat on you. He cheated on me with my best friend here, and then he cheated on her with someone else here, and basically trying to warn him about how bad he was. And of course, the waitress was like, I don't know, he's kind of cute. So of course, you can see what happened there. There was another one where he goes to Vegas with his friends, and some stripper just approaches him, and he ends up getting her pregnant while he's engaged to one of the waitresses at this trendy nightclub or bar, whatever it was. Um, but nobody learned their lesson. They kept him there, even though he was a huge human resources risk. The owner of the club, this Vanderpump, she kept letting him stay. Like, it was insanity. And what was most hilarious was the women that were complaining about him, even though they knew his history, were still with him. And then when he cheated on them, they would complain about it. Like, what did you expect? He cheats. And so this kind of dovetails into the topic of the day, which is cheaters. Um, and it's really unfortunate. Like, I mean, a lot of us have encountered being with somebody that just wasn't faithful. And, as much as we love them, it hurts. But there are people that are like that. There are people that do not cheat. Okay, I don't cheat, for example. Other people don't cheat, but there are unfortunately people out there that are toxic and will cheat on you. What is really sad, though, is the way we sometimes tend to approach this. Uh, Oftentimes, we feel that we cannot live with this person, so we let them back into our lives when we should be saying, no, you're a cheater. You don't respect me. You need to go away. Um, and a lot of people fall into this trap. I've seen a lot of people ask, oh, my husband or wife keeps cheating on me. Uh, how do I stop them from doing that? And the answer is, you don't. That's the person that they are. They are not faithful. They want to cheat. And cheating is probably the worst thing that you could do to someone that you love. It's one of the worst things that you can do. But it's a complete lack of respect and love. You don't treat someone that you care about in that way. And oftentimes too, people think, like, that your love can fix them, or they'll give you all these excuses as well. And it's just not the case. The person's a cheater. Cheaters are going to cheat. And even if they don't cheat, they've shown this huge disrespect towards you. And they'll do something else that they don't care about, because clearly with this action, they're showing how much they think of you. And it's a sad reality to think that somebody's thinking of you this way, but it has to be it has to be acknowledged that, hey, this person does not respect me. This person cheated on me. This person doesn't care about me. And that form of acceptance is needed in order to be able to move forward. Um, because a lot of people, unfortunately, will make the mistake of bringing them back in. And I can't tell you what to do in your relationships, but from my experience at least, bringing back a cheater is never a good idea. Because what you're telling someone that cheated on you, that you forgive them or that you're letting them back in, you're basically telling them, oh, hey, my feelings are not valid. You can do whatever you want. I will still love you unconditionally. And so you can disrespect me and walk all over me as much as you want. And that is the message that you're giving to the person that cheated on you with. They believe, they'll think, oh, I got away with it. I'm going to do it again. And even if and these people just don't care. And it's a sickness. I'll also hear excuses from people like, oh, I made a mistake, or, how do you make a mistake like that? How do you accidentally cheat? What, did you forget that you were married? A lot of these people planned it out. Like, it's not like you can just walk into some building and then, poof, it's happened. No, you have to have that intention. There's no accidental cheating. It is what it is. And sure, you can acknowledge that it was a mistake, because it sure was, but it doesn't change the fact that you did it. I mean, this person cheated. It is what it is. And so you have to understand what happened, and acknowledge that this person is just not a good person. Someone who cheats is probably either has cheated before in the past or will cheat again. So the best thing to do is to, tell them, hey, this isn't cool and I can't be with you because you're a cheater and you don't respect me. And I know it's a lot more difficult to do that, especially if you are, if you're married already and you have children, but doing that as well, like let's say you take back your spouse or husband or whatever that cheated on you, you're showing your children that, hey, you know what, my feelings don't matter, just the other person's does. And so your kids will see that and grow up thinking like, that's how a relationship should work. If someone mistreats me in a horrible way, I have to forgive them, and it is what it is. Like, no, that's a horrible way to live. I wouldn't want to teach anybody that, especially my own children. So yeah, cheating is not cool, and there's no excuse. And or you'll get the excuse as well, like, oh well, I was drunk, or the person was drunk. No, it's still no excuse. No one told you to get drunk and cheat on your spouse. Like, it's insanity. It's crazy. Again, if someone cheats on you, you can forgive them, but you can't trust them after that. They're gonna do it again, or they're gonna do something worse or something else disrespectful. Because again, as soon as you forgive them, it shows like, hey, I don't have to take responsibility for this. I can do it again. And some people will say like, oh, I want to go into treatment, this and that. It's all emotional manipulation. They may try treatment for a little bit and then give up once they think like, oh, this person forgot about it. I don't have to care about this anymore. And they'll go back to their old cheating ways. It's just not feasible. And you might think as well, like, oh, I want to be supportive and help them in this. Like, no, this is something they did. They have to be held responsible for it. They're the ones to fix it. You should not have to be responsible for fixing your spouse's or anybody else's issues, especially when they were done against you. No, it's insanity. And my favorite too is when people try to share about what happened, especially if they got cheated on, and you'll see people jump at them and say like, well, what did you do? Like, you weren't satisfying your spouse or husband, or like you did something to push them to do this. That's garbage. That person that cheated on you would have cheated regardless if they were with you or with anybody else, because they don't care. And there are many reasons because they for cheating, but it's not because of the other party. The other party did not tell you, hey, go cheat. Because, first of all, if the other party told you to go cheat, it's technically not cheating. You have permission. So nobody's going to do that. But, and that's the worst thing when and I've seen people that cheated blame the other person as well, saying like, well, if you just did this and this, I wouldn't have cheated on you. That's garbage, okay? I've been in horrible relationships. I never once thought, hey, I'm going to go cheat on them. No, it just doesn't work that way. And that's also the tricky thing as well. When you get cheated on, it's really hard not to internalize it and think that you did do something wrong. And you're thinking like, well, what if I did this? What if I was more supportive, this and that? No, because again, the other person is fully to blame. They chose this. It's in their nature. They wanted to cheat. And it hurts like hell, and I know, but you cannot internalize it. This is squarely on the cheater. Blame the cheater all you want, because it definitely is their fault. And if you've cheated in the past or have an issue with cheating, all I can tell you is please go seek therapy so that you can figure out why you're doing that. If you are watching this and you are a cheater, I would prefer that you, instead of just wallow in shame, I mean, there's a lot to be shamed about, acknowledge it and face it yourself. Go get therapy. Go to an AA meeting. Specifically for that. Go to a support group. Work on yourself. There's always room and time for you to fix yourself. I mean, none of us are perfect, but that is something that just is a really bad thing to do to others. And so if you're able to acknowledge it, then please go and get help for that. But don't expect the person you cheated on to trust you anymore. It just doesn't work that way. That is so final. Like there's no line. You cross the line there. And unfortunately, some people don't think that is a line crossed, and they have to set that boundary. Like, look, you cheat on me, we're done. You're out of my life. Get out of here. Another thing I've noticed as well is that people will, they blame other. If you're a cheater, most likely you could be addicted to that. Or it's just the validation that you wanted, or you think that by doing that you feel that you're a good person. And again, that's a really bad pattern of thinking. That definitely is something that you need to confront with and deal with, especially with a therapist, so that you can get the help you need. Because it is a serious problem and it is going to affect you in your relationships. But like I said, if you've been cheated on, don't take it personally. I mean, you probably will either way. It's a bad feeling. You're going to be grieving the loss of your relationship as you thought it was. But don't let the other person blame you for it. It is all the cheater's fault. And if you're with someone if you're the third party in the cheating, get out of there. What are you doing? No. It's so depressing to think that someone has such little value of themselves to think that, hey, this guy who's married likes me, so I'm going to go along with it. It just goes to show that you think that you can't be with somebody that's healthy and that doesn't need to cheat. You don't need to be in that situation helping someone else hurt somebody else. And if this person is willing to cheat on their significant other with you, what's to stop them from cheating on somebody else with you? Let's say they do theoretically leave the other person for you. What's going to stop them from cheating on you? because they've done it in the past. It's their MO. They're going to do it again. So just avoid them. Avoid the cheaters. And if you're a cheater, please get help. All right? I hope this has been helpful to you. And please hit subscribe and hit a like if you did like the video, and post a comment. Tell me about your experiences with cheaters or what you think about the video. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.